All right, what's up, boxing fans? It's Aztec 101. So tomorrow, I think we're gonna have a couple good fights. In this video, I'm gonna cover Alexis Rocha versus Giovani Santillan. From now on in the video, I'm gonna call him Gio, just to make it easy. But you got Alexis Rocha, who's 23-1, coming from Santa Ana, and 15 of those wins are by knockout. Then you got Gio, 31-0, undefeated so far. He hasn't really fought anybody that's significant, but he's 31-0, and 16 of those wins are by knockout. Obviously, you can tell immediately that there is a higher knockout ratio favoring Alexis Rocha. Alexis does have some clean shots that he throws, and I'm going to go a little bit more into detail in a little bit about who I think is going to win and what their attributes are. This is a good fight. This fight's going to be in Inglewood, California, tomorrow, October 21st. And this fight is, so pretty much what we have here is a difficult situation for Terrence Crawford, right? Because Terrence Crawford, being undisputed, has all 4 titles. Therefore, he's got responsibilities for each one of those titles. There's a number 1 contender, and one of the number 1 contenders is Alexis Rocha. Right now, he's defending his WBA and ABO title, but he's sitting in line. He's number 1 contender according to the rankings for the WBA. And the reason why I bring that up is I'm going to be making a video shortly, which is mostly a response video to Showbiz the Adult. Now, the reason why I'm making this video really has to do, this fight somewhat has to do with the response. And that's why I'm bringing it up now. And this fight is very interesting because you do have Alexis Rocha, you do have Boots Ennis, and I'm going to go over all the number 1 contenders that are in line for Terrence Crawford. But in this fight right now, you got Alexis Rocha. Again, it's going to make sense if you guys stick around and watch. If you subscribe, like this video, dislike it, doesn't matter, leave a comment, give me your opinion. But if you stick around, I will upload a more clear video and a response video to Showbiz the Adult. But as of right now, we got Alexis Rocha versus Gio. Rocha, again, WBA and ABO champion, and the number 1 contender to the WBA title. We'll be fighting Gio tomorrow. Both of them southpaw. This is somewhat interesting. Alexis Rocha, in my opinion, should be the favorite, even though he has a loss. So, outside looking in, you might go, well, I'm going to favor Gio. You could. Gio is not a bad fighter. The thing is that if you end up looking at Alexis Rocha and his punch output, his technique, who he lost to. He lost to Rashidi Ellis, who's a very technical fighter. He didn't lose to a bum. Rashidi Ellis is not a bad fighter, and you do end up having tough fights. But I don't think Gio brings the same, how do I put this? The same difficulty, the same technique that Rashidi Ellis provides. Rashidi Ellis is a very decent fighter, but completely different from Gio. Gio's very aggressive. He comes forward, he fights, he brawls, he fights on the inside. His punch output is very strong, but I think that Alexis Rocha is going to find openings. He has a very strong punch. You can tell by his knockout ratio, which is higher than Gio's. And when you watch Alexis fight, it seems like Alexis knows how to land a punch that is going to be noticed by the judges. His punches are very snappy. They're not necessarily the strongest. He's not a Gervonta Tank Davis. He's not a Keith one-time Thurman. He's not a big puncher in that sense, but his punches have snap. And I think that with someone like Gio, who's not really known for his defense, he's going to be running into a lot of jabs, a lot of straight right hands, a lot of punches, really from all angles. And in my opinion, I think that's what those snapping punches are, what is going to be noticed. Even if Gio lands some thudding punches to the body, gets inside, in my opinion, unless he wobbles Alexis is going to be snapping his head back, and that's going to be noticeable. Whether or not that lands as much damage as Gio's punches, it doesn't matter. It's going to look a lot more impressive. So I have Alexis Rocha winning this fight. I don't know if it's going to be by knockout, but it's pretty interesting. So Alexis Rocha is ranked number 1 right now. Again, number 1 contender to the WBA title. Terrence Crawford is holding. And then you have Giovani, who's ranked 5th for the WBA. Now, this is an interesting stat. Rocha picked up 7 wins, right? Back to back, right after losing to Rashidi Ellis, right? 5 of those wins are by KO. Now you have Giovani, who's undefeated. And out of 7 wins, his last wins, his most recent last wins, only 2 were KO. So this kind of, it's not saying for sure that Gio cannot or will not stop Alexis. What I'm saying is it's highly unlikely that there's going to be a stoppage from Gio. In order for Gio to win, he would definitely need to swarm and land way more punches. Just he needs to understand that Alexis's punches are going to be very noticeable by the judges, and I feel like he needs to beat him in volume. Now, I don't know if he has the endurance, the stamina, the ability to be able to do that and at the same time take punishment. Alexis Rocha is going to land some punches, and he's a hard hitter. I think this is going to be a fun fight. In my opinion, Alexis might knock him out if Gio is careless, and it's kind of set up to a point where if he wants to win, he's gonna have to be somewhat careless. He's gonna have to press the fight, make it uncomfortable for Alexis, swarm him. If he tries to fight him on the outside or in the center of the ring, it's gonna be a problem for Gio. Alexis is gonna piece him up. So I favor Alexis. I think he's gonna piece him up. He's gonna knock him out. That's gonna be a good look for Alexis. Gio really isn't right now looking like, he's not one of the top fighters yet. He's got a somewhat of a solid resume. There's no big names in his resume, but it's solid. There's 31 wins. He's undefeated. But this should be interesting just to be able to see these guys. If you haven't seen Gio, it'd be interesting to see him, how he looks like against Alexis. And I think it's going to be fun to see Alexis fight a come-forward fighter, which should make this an entertaining bout. Alexis always leaves it all in the ring. This should be fun. So let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys have him winning this fight? And I'll make sure to leave a link once I make the video, the response video to Showbiz the Adult. I'll leave a link in this video just in case if you guys don't catch the video as I upload it. but you will if you subscribe to my channel. This is Aztec 101 in the ring, and I'm out.